What is going on, guys? Today we are looking at Trezeguet. He is a 4-star, medium-low, 6'2", right-footed, lengthy striker in the game. We have done his mid, so check out that at the end of the video. We'll link that in the description or obviously on the end screen, so stay tuned for that. He is alternative positions of a centre forward or a striker, and I think the main thing for him is going to be that lengthy attribute. He's coming in at 71,500 coins, so very little coins to lose from him, unless obviously we do get a price range decrease. And in terms of the card, we've got power header as the only trait. We've got the icon profile. In terms of stats, we've got to go with that Hunter, as he can be lengthy from the base. Hunter is enabled, so it'd have 92 pace, 92 shooting, as well as then the rest of the stats. Agility balance not looking great. Composure's looking very average. Good amount of strength and heading accuracy. So we'll see if this card can dance with the big boys. There's the through ball. First good touch. Seconds in there. He's going to try and do the defender. Rudiger is going to be well equipped for that as we find Mbappe back to him. Across goal. Great save from Neuer. Already opening it nicely. Little 1-2 with Mbappe if he can find him through. It's not a good pass. What was the pass? Oh, the passing was shocking on the card. Into him again. What can we find? Mbappe's peeling. It's going to take a little bit to find something as he tries himself. Mbappe, but Rudiger's the one. Going to find him on the inside. That's a great little first touch. He's going to try and find... I tried a chip, but I'd class it as a cross, to be honest. Didn't get a good second touch. We needed that little bit more on the inside, and it would have actually probably paid off quite well. I think the defenders definitely had that little bit about them that they kind of opened up the space for him perfectly, as we find here into Mbappe, back to him. Can we get a bit of a finesse on the go? And yes, we can. What is that? That is stunning. With the Hunter, we don't have that much long shots, to be honest. Good shot power, great finishing. Long shots coming in at 75, so that's going to be one of them lucky ones that manages to go in. I'll absolutely take it, though. And again, he's looking for that Mbappe ball. We just turn a little bit late for him. I do think there's very little differences between him and his mid. We will check out the comparison at the end because there is an SBC for the mid, and that is coming in at 150, just double the price of obviously what we're getting for this card right now. We've got a little bit of a link-up pass with the left mid if we can. Try and fake it back. We managed to. Little over the top. Get the little pass on straight away into Mbappe. Back to Trezeguet. If he slid for that, that would have been perfect. That had definitely been a penalty. Good ball. Little flick. He does manage to. Right foot across. Yeah, we're going for a little bit too optimistic there. The one thing that you're not going to get with this striker, just very, very obvious from the get-go, is he's not necessarily one that's going to be taking on everybody. You kind of want him at full speed already, hence why the lengthy does work for a lot of these kind of more taller, not necessarily agile strikers, because you want him in these situations where you've got the pace already, get a little bit of cheese there, passes it across, and that's a beautiful goal. That's what we want. We want straight off the bat, you want him absolutely at max speed if possible. You can obviously get away without that as well. You can just pass the ball into him. He's not absolutely totally useless, but he's not going to be that sort of striker that is very much like an Mbappe who will take on a few players. He has got that a little bit of agility in comparison to the taller, lengthy strikers. Want him totally on the run there if we can find it. We're going to go for the hit and hope if we can get it across. It's a bad first touch, but we have got a little bit of cheese. Oh, it's stunning. Don't know where the step overs were coming from, but they managed to work out. Keepers come out, and it's a great bit of play. Lucky if I'm going to say ever, because you don't normally get that 50-50 win, especially in the box, and no defenders behind him, but we take it when we get it. Again, there he is, absolutely on full sprint as we can find him. Will help indefinite. Oh, Rudiger's such a good centre-back, though, and he's kept it in. Damn it. Pings it into him. Little bit of a show. I was hoping for a little flick. Will take a lot to beat Rudiger on that flick, though, especially with the agility he does possess. Into his feet. Little turn. Left foot across goal. We needed that. Maybe took a touch forward and it might have been a little bit of a different story. That's a great ball from Mbappe. Can we find the pure pace from him? Cuts on side. It's that movement there. Yes, maybe a fake shot could have been, but that is the movement I needed, just a little bit quicker. We find the angle. Again, not necessarily the greatest shot. We might have been able to go for a finesse, but he definitely should be finishing better there. Gets a good chest. Looking for an Mbappe ball. It's just a bit too close for the keeper. Neuer is off his line ASAP for that one. So going into the overall for Trezeguet then. So he's coming in at about 70 to about 75-ish. You're probably going to find him for about that sort of price. I think, yeah, lows of 64.5, highs are only 85. 64.5 is the discard price of him. So if you are paying anywhere from 64 to 70, you pretty much are discarding him anyway. Because of the tax, that is not the tax. Where do I find the tax? It's this one I want to say. So if I was to basically sell him for 74, you'd receive 70 back. For instance, if we could change that, we could obviously do that for a little bit less, and you'd be able to get that tax pretty much written off just from discarding him. In terms of this card, again, he's one of them. He's a budget striker. He's lengthy already. He's going to have some ability on the ball, but the dribbling is just not quite of a standard, really, and that is where, as we go forward with the game, all of the lengthy players that can have the hunter, can have the dribbling-esque sort of players are going to be more beneficial to have than you are with this guy. And definitely, if you're already rocking a Haaland, I feel like they're both very, very similar in the aspects that you're going with. We've had a lot of them recently in Stuani, in I think Dzeko was another big one. You've got roughly the same sort of strikers. I think Haaland is lengthy to start with, and I'm just interested. I think I can only do 3. So if we went with a hunter with all of them, for instance, because you want to maximize as much pace as possible. If we have a quick look at all of them with a hunter, pretty sure Haaland's more with a hunter as well. All of them pretty good pace. Haaland obviously is a standout. Dribbling wise, again, very similar. Nothing too crazy. You can see definitely with Stuani and Haaland, the strength is a big factor. But if we go down to, say, even the passing, again, very low end. Stuani's coming in clutch there. But we have got a bit more agility balance with Haaland. We've got a bit more on that reactions, which is always good. Ball control is on Trezeguet. Again, both, I think all of them are 3-star. And strength-wise, yeah, Haaland absolutely goes on everybody, same as Stuani. If we look at the stars, we've got 4-star, 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 and Haaland are 3-3. It is crazy that they are all very similar in their how they play and just how they run. Haaland is a bully of a striker. He just has that presence. His run works really well and naturally just continues with the ball. Trezeguet does get a couple of lucky chances in getting it back, but he's definitely not getting as much as Haaland, as Dzeko, who's another big one. So for me, there's an argument of whether you'd actually even want him in the team. I personally would probably go and pay 80k, 70k for Haaland instead. That, again, is down to you. In terms of his mid and the comparison there, as the mid is coming in at 200 on the SBC, 150 for the card, you get in an extra 2 pace with his base. Obviously with his mid, you're getting more shooted, more passing, more dribbling, more defending, one more physical. Both of them, again, 4-4. Both of them can have the hunter as their chem style, 90 and 94 compared to 92 and 92. Very, very little difference. So if you are desperate to get a Trezeguet, and you are looking maybe untradables, then that's perfect for the SBC, and you don't have to put any coins actually into the card. The only good thing I think you've got with Trezeguet, if you are really struggling with a striker, is you will lose very, very little coins from now until the end of the game, because he physically cannot go down anymore unless they kind of take the price down. I believe it has happened. It's very rare that it does because they discard for 64.5, and I don't think that can change. So if they discard for that, you're absolutely fine. The most you could ever sell this card for is 65 sell, 64.5 on the discard. So that should be absolutely fine if you are looking for a no risk sort of player. With Haaland, eventually he will go down from 80k, 70k. As we've seen, he'll go down to 40, 30 until he's pretty much just a fodder player again, which means you're already way behind the curve if you're buying a player like that anyway, because there's bound to be better. In terms of what he was good at, I think the pace was nice. The length obviously works really well with him. Shooting wise, definitely very consistent, as you can see, going forward, getting the shots off. Sometimes the keepers make some blinders. We saw it again in one of the other reviews. The guy was having multiple shots. Sometimes the keeper saves it. Even with the 98 finishing, it's not always guaranteed to go in, but there's definitely that ability there to get in front of goal and get goals. The physicality side was okay, nothing crazy. Strength was good, but not anything really worth mentioning. Headering could definitely be a trait if you are good at crossing or good at corners. That again is going to be a nice one that you've got to benefit for. And again, the dribbling again is just not quite up to scratch for my personal likings. Good 4-star, very good budget striker, but in terms of really going against every striker on the game, he probably isn't going to come up much clutch. I'd probably put him in terms of an 86 at a, say, 100k and less icon. I'd definitely give him a solid 8. In terms of every other striker, I think it's got to be knocked down one to put about a 7. The length is carrying him. That eventually will fade. Let me know what you think. Make sure you like and subscribe, and I catch you all for the next one. Check out the videos on the right-hand side. Peace. Left-hand side.